The best of the Morning X.
99X.
From The Price is Right. Let's go to Rod Roddy.
Hello?
Hey, Rod.
Hey, how are you?
Rod, what's going on?
Well, nothing. I'm trying to wake up. It's early out here.
Rod Roddy, you coming on to promote some hot new action movie you're in? What are you doing?
Yes, it's a new nude flick that I'm doing. Are you kidding?
Rod, you have got...
All I do is give away money and new cars.
You've got the cushiest gig in showbiz. You show up in a glittery jacket, and you get to say, come on down.
And give away somebody else's money.
How many years have you been on The Price is Right?
16 years.
Woo!
You know, I thought that Bob Barker had the best job in show business because game show hosting is, I mean, that is the best job. You know, you show up, you crank out a bunch of shows in one day, and then you go home for a month. But you supersede him. I mean, you
Well,
surpass...
yeah, because he has to do all the work. I just have the fun.
You just sit there and yell,
A new car! A new car!
that's
I
it.
love that.
And come on down.
What's your background, Rod? Were you on TV, radio? What were
I
you
was
doing?
on radio. I used to be in Atlanta.
Did you really?
Yeah, on one of your other stations
What
there
station?
in Atlanta. I was WQXI.
Quixie.
Oh, that's
Quick
still
thing.
around.
Yep.
It's sports talk now.
It's been. Has it really?
Yeah. Mhm.
It was really a lot of fun in Atlanta. I had a good time there.
Hey,
But I haven't been back since then, and I'm sure I wouldn't recognize it.
Rod, I'm sure you get asked this all the time, but did that really happen where a woman was running down and her top
Oh,
fell
it really,
off?
really happened. That's the most famous incident on The Price is Right. People get very excited when you call your name, you know.
Uh-huh.
And, because they don't know they're going to be called when they come in. And they sit there, and they're on the edge of the seat. And when I say, so-and-so and so-and-so, come on down, they leap out of the chair, and they get very excited. Well, this happened before I joined the show, but the girl jumped out. She was wearing a tube top, and she started jumping up and down, and she came on down, and they came on out.
And then what happened then?
Well, she didn't know it. You know, she just ran on down, and all of a sudden everybody else screamed, and then she ducked down behind Bidder's Row and put them back in and went on with the show. But it's the most famous thing that ever happened on the show.
Well, how did they edit that part out? Because, I mean, when you...
Well,
yeah.
they left it in, but they put a bar across where the tube top had been.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You know,
That is
but
beautiful.
we keep waiting for it to happen again, but it hasn't.
And, I mean, people get very physical with Bob up on that stage when they
Oh,
win
it's
like
a
a
dangerous
show.
job. They pinch him, they punch him. And the other day, a high school wrestler, you know, had just graduated from high school, was on the show, and won a new car and picked Bob up and cracked his ribs again.
Oh, really?
You know, it's very painful. You know, one short woman got under his chin and jumped up and down. It was awful.
I remember watching Bob, I mean, in the early 70s, when I was just a kid at home, obviously not in school, and I have always wanted to be on The Price is Right. Is there a key when you're waiting in line out there to get in to get noticed?
We look for people that are ready to have fun and that will be fun on the air. That's what they look for. And there's really no set of things that we look for other than people that look like they're going to be a lot of fun on the air and in some way are interesting.
And how do you just go down there in the mornings before taping and you wait in line and then they come out and...
Well, no, you send for tickets because we have a lot of people that want to come to the show, and we send. You know, you tell us when you want to come and how many tickets you need.
Sure.
And if you're planning a trip to Los Angeles, then get here. But we overbook just like the airlines do because many people's plans don't work out, you know, and they don't get here.
Right.
So what you do is come down early in the morning and get a line ticket, and you go away and do what you want and come back. But you have to get a ticket to be in line after trading in your tickets that we send you. And then we interview everybody in the line, and we pick 9 people out of that group, and those 9 lucky people get called on down, but they don't know it until I call their name.
Now, we're talking to Rod Roddy, the voice you hear on The Price is Right. What's your day like? I mean, how many shows do you tape, Rod?
Well, we used to do 2 a day, 3 days in a row, but Bob, a couple of years ago, decided that we should do 1 a day on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and of course, that's one of those days now. We do 2 shows on a Monday. That means that we go in and we start in the morning about 9:30, and I leave the studio about 7 at night. But we do it like it's a live show. What you see is really what you get on The Price is Right, and that's one of the reasons it's been successful. We shoot it like a live show. The only time we stop is to move boats and cars and things in and out of the studio. We have 150 people doing that, and you have to move them in and out, and the girls have to know where to stand, and the cameras have to know where to go. But we do it like a live show. So when people come to see our show, they're seeing essentially a live stage show. And it's not like many other television shows where you have to stop and wait for hours while they set up shots or redo things. You know, we don't edit very much on the show at all. The only time we would edit is if we had a real technical problem and somebody drives a car into a wall. But
has that ever happened when you're moving a car out onto the stage? And
well, actually, one of the girls did drive into a wall one day, but we left it in.
You never let a supermodel behind the wheel, as a rule.
And don't edit that out. No,
If you
absolutely.
do,
exactly.
duck.
Yeah, what is the deal with Bob Barker's microphone? I've never seen another microphone like that on television anywhere, anytime. He's been using that same long, skinny microphone for
That's right.
15...
And it's a corded mic, and everybody asks him that every day, why don't you use a cordless mic? And the real reason for it is that many years ago when he started, cordless mics weren't that great. You used to get taxi calls and things on the same frequency, I'm sure you know. And he did a lot of shows around the country and was having so much trouble with interference with cordless mics that he said, I'm not going to use one ever again. And he hasn't. He always uses a corded mic because it doesn't cut out. You don't have audio problems with it, and we don't want any stop-downs on the show. But over and above that, you're right, it's a very unique microphone. They don't make them anymore. In fact, the microphone that you're seeing now was specially made for him by that company, and they only have 2 of them in the world.
What's the deal with why has he got such a Jones for this mic?
He likes it because he can put
Classic.
that microphone in front of the face of the contestant and not miss the face.
Oh,
if you
I
use
see.
most microphones, it covers up a large portion of the person's face.
And he doesn't have to get that close. He can aim that big car antenna right over there. Someone's
true.
You have
jumping
a
on.
point.
That's true.
Thank you, Rod. We'll look for you. The Price is Right later today.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Rod Roddy on the Morning X.
The best of the Morning X. 99X.